All of us have had the dream of being rich, and most of us have to work and strive for that accomplishment. And what I'm going to inform you about today is how to properly manage your money so that by the time you're around 60, you have enough money saved up and that you can live the life that you want to live without having to worry about your finances. First, I want to talk to you about budgeting. It is important to budget, to create a monthly budget of your necessary expenses. All your bills that you have to pay, car, cell phone, etc., credit cards, it's important to develop a spending plan. Maybe do it on a spreadsheet on your computer or just a handwritten piece of paper where you keep track of how much you're going to spend each month. This way you know how much money you have to spend and it is required for you to live, to get by. Some of the money that you don't spend you're going to want to use for day to day. I mean, sometimes you want to go eat out, which is fine, a couple times, and buy recreational stuff. A lot of it though you have to save, which is my next point. It's important to save. Just have a savings account to put money away each paycheck. Each paycheck that comes in, I like to put in a good solid amount, at least 10 to 15% of your paycheck, preferably more, so that you can build up an emergency fund. If you were to have a rainy day, say your car breaks down or you need maintenance on your car or something like that. We all know that cars need maintenance, and that's probably the biggest problem where it's important to have an emergency fund. As far for that emergency fund, it's important to start building towards where you can have enough saved up to have at least 3 months worth of expenses. So if you were to get, say, laid off or fired from your job, you didn't have a job, it's important to have enough for about 3 months to get by at least. Once again, preferably more. So at least 3 months in your savings account. Another important part to money management is to build credit. Now, credit can be a very bad thing, but it's a good thing to have good credit. You hear, if you have no credit, that's better than bad credit, because it really is. But it's important to build good credit. So for credit, to start off, you want to maybe start with a minimum limit credit card. My very first credit card that I have it has a $500 limit, so I can't put any more than $500 worth of charges on that credit card. And you want to pay that off on time every month. The biggest thing to build credit is to pay your bills on time every month. Like I just said I do with my credit card, you want to do that with all of your bills. You want to organize your due dates and keep them, in your schedule or on a calendar. It's very helpful to see it, and when you have to pay things off, that way you can get it in a couple days early so that you're not late. Late payments will kill your credit. Why is it important to build good credit? It's going to help you get, if you want a nice car later on, an expensive loan or something, a high-paying loan or an expensive car, your credit will help you to have lower interest rates as well on those loans. And probably the biggest one is, buying your first home or buying any home. For a matter of fact, they're going to look at your credit. You want to have good credit when you're buying a home. Low interest rates are huge. Going back to my credit cards, you want to pay more than the minimum on your credit card statement. So when the credit card statement comes in, say you have a minimum balance of $10 you have to pay off this month, you want to pay, usually if it's about $10, put $100 down at least, so you can pay off that credit card a little bit faster and not have to worry about it later on, and the interest rates on credit cards are extremely high, so you won't have as much interest build up, so you'll have to pay less. If you can pay more on your credit card, you'll pay less over time, a lot less. So it's important to build good credit. My next point is to put money away in a retirement fund. Find a 401k. 401ks are huge. A lot of jobs that you'll find out here offer 401ks, and it's important to get into a 401k and to start putting away money in these retirement plans, because a lot of them they will match however much you put in, dollar for dollar, up to a certain amount, and that amount is usually pretty significant. So you know, if you put $200, $250 in each month to a retirement account, a lot of times that retirement account is going to match and put $250 in that retirement account as well. So that's basically like free money, and you will earn interest on that retirement account, and that will just build up exponentially as time passes. So money management is very important, because we all want to be living the lives that we want to have, you know, when we're 60 or 65. Creating a monthly budget will go a long way. It'll help you. Help you know what you have to have for expenses, and then you can put a lot of that paycheck in savings. And what I do is I just put it in savings as soon as the paycheck comes in, so I don't see it. I'm not used to having that money. It's in savings. You don't miss it, basically. It's important to build credit for, you know, buying a house, buying a car, getting a type of loan, maybe, you know, start a business, something like that, and pay those bills, all of your monthly bills, on time. Do not be late. They will hurt your credit significantly. One missed payment can hurt you in a big way. So always be a couple days early with your payments. Put money away in a retirement account. You won't see that money until you're about 60, but once you do, you'll get to basically have it, and it's yours. Remember, dollar for dollar, they'll match you, and it will compound itself on interest and grow exponentially. My biggest point for you guys on how to properly manage your money is to start now rather than later. If you start today, start saving, get in a habit, and it's just going to come naturally to you. And like I said, you're going to put that money away, put it in savings, and you're not going to miss it. You're not going to be used to having it. So start now. That way you will have a great life ahead of you, and you know that's waiting for you. Basically, once you stop working, and then you can live the life that you want to live. That's me informing you on how to properly manage your money.